Hi, Molly. Thanks for joining me today. I was hoping you could provide a brief overview of Canadawide Scientific and tell us a little bit about your history.
Yeah, absolutely. Canada-Wide Scientific was founded here in Ottawa in the 70s by a husband and wife, and they were actually ex-Fisher Scientific employees. And it's kind of why our head office is here in Ottawa, is because that's where Fisher's head office was and still is in Canada. And they really did a fabulous job for 30 plus years of building a family owned, very, very reliable business where they maintained a fabulous customer base. They were very strict with maintaining customer contact and providing customer service. And they really created a foundation of strong customer service to primarily food and beverage labs across Canada. They hired me in 2005, and then in 2008, they decided it was time to retire and they sold the company, at which point it was sold to our current owners, ACP Chemicals, also a family owned Canadian business. But they acquired the company. It was their first acquisition of what has now turned out to be several. And at that point, we decided that we could elevate the organization. So that was around the time that I became part of the management team. And ever since then, we have been growing and evolving by expanding our portfolio. So we are proud to partner with top tier manufacturers around the world. We have expanded our sales team. We now have a sales team that covers all of Canada. And we continue to offer top notch customer service. And that really is what differentiates us from our competitors.
That's great to hear. Organomation is a family owned business as well, so that's always very cool and something we hope to promote more, frankly.
It's so important, honestly. I love it. Growth is still really important, and we aim to see at least 20% growth year over year. We still get the benefit of feeling like we're family because we really are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, based on that answer, it certainly sounds like customer service is what you think really separates you from some of the other product distributors in the space.
Yes, without question. So we have a mandate where, from the small things like emails have to be answered same day, to the more important strategies like rather than sending an email, pick up the phone, bond with the customers, really help to understand and problem solve as opposed to just trying to get the lowest possible price. We're actually ISO certified on our quality and of customer service. We maintain a less than 2.5% error rate. It really is the number one focus. It's how we train all of our staff. And it's how we differentiate ourselves because as more and more organizations continue acquiring other companies, they all kind of blend together and it ends up giving mediocre service. And that's something that I absolutely will not waver on. So customers are the reason we're here and it's our number one focus for sure.
I totally agree. One thing we've prioritized in the last couple of years is using the net promoter score. And that, for us, it's been very helpful to have that feedback from customers after their sales experience and make sure we're really putting our money where our mouths are in terms of
Yeah,
really emphasizing that support and service we provide.
absolutely. We do the same. We send out surveys. We ask for feedback using tools like live chat, for example. And then we take that feedback and we change our processes as we see fit. And yeah, it's really important.
What excites you most about the partnership between the two companies?
Honestly, it's filling a gap for us. Aside from the fact that the little bit of communication that I've had with Organomation, similar concepts, similar family owned business, customer service, I noticed on a few of the opportunities that we were working on, the Organomation staff were eager to help, offering assistance, not pushing a product, but really listening to the customer. So aside from that, it really is filling a gap. We sell a lot of evaporation equipment, high-end evaporators and concentrators. And I think this is going to fill a really important gap that we had for nitrogen blowdown units. We had sold a few here and there, but often it was something that an opportunity that we were passing up or moving along to something else. And given our customer base, so we sell about 60% of our business is to food and beverage, whether it's testing labs or R&D labs. It's a product that they use. So I think it's going to complement what we already sell quite nicely.
Absolutely. In terms of evaporators and concentrators, everyone's always familiar with rotary units. That's the majority of the market. And there's other types of technologies as well, like using a freeze dryer, for instance, that's mostly to remove water from samples, nitrogen blowdown, and something like a speed vac or a centrifugal evaporator. Those are the products that are most similar in terms of a batch of smaller vials removing excess solvent. And then it's really specific to the process, I would say, in terms of what's the batch size, what's the sample size, what's the solvent. And we're coming in at a much different price point than a lot of those units. This is what I was
just going to say. So many of our customers just don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars to be spending on a piece of equipment. So this is a really good solution that will meet many of the budgets of our customers.
That's great. One thing I've learned through doing these interviews with distribution partners, I think I underestimated how different economies are in each country. For example, some of our partners in Latin America, it makes total sense that they're mostly an export-driven economy. So food and beverage and agriculture, pesticide testing, like that's such a big part of what they're focused on because that's the business of their economy.
Yeah.
So do you find that a lot of your customers are doing tandem chromatography, mass spec in the food and beverage space?
Yeah, they do. So whether it's drying samples before they are doing their GC or LC analyses, I find they're also using it for pesticide testing. We have some really good customers now in the fragrance and flavoring industries that are using GCs. And it's a healthy portion of our customers absolutely are using them, yeah.
As Organomation's evolved, the other part of our business that we've gotten into is the nitrogen generators and gas generators. Do you find that a lot of your customers are relying on gas cylinders for their nitrogen needs?
They are, I would say, primarily, yes. That is what most of our customers are using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because certainly we are a specialist and we're most well known for our nitrogen blowdown, but the generators are a growing part of our business as well.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's something we should explore a little more.
So what are some of the key product lines, some of the brands you represent who have really bolstered Canadawide Scientific?
In terms of consumables, we sell brands like Corning and Oxygen. We sell, obviously, Thermo Scientific. We have a very long relationship with them. Genovac is evaporator, concentrator company that we sell. We're actually exclusive in Canada. We sell Heidoff. That relationship now has been ongoing for probably almost 15 years. It was one of my first big brands that I brought on, and really here in Canada, aside from Fisher and VWR, we're the only distributor that carries them as well in Canada. And we really like to offer breadth. We sell Sartorius and A&D, Mettler. We like to offer breadth, but we always have a lead in every category. So whether it's equipment or instrumentation or whatever consumable it might be, we have a lead that helps our sales reps. You know, when you sell hundreds of thousands of SKUs like we do, it's hard to kind of know where to begin. So it helps guide sales reps where to start. But then at the end of the day, if one of our customers is really set on a certain brand, we like to have it to offer to them.
That's always of interest to me because we're a small company. In the US, we're mostly doing direct sales, but outside
Okay.
of the US, in theory, we're happy to ship anywhere, but a lot of chemists really prefer to work with a authorized partner like yourself who can provide that level of customer service.
And you're absolutely right. So a lot of our customers are mandated to buy from Canadian distributors like us. We also have a supply arrangement with the Canadian federal government. So we're located here in Ottawa, which is the capital. And so as a result, we also do a lot of business with the federal government departments like Health Canada, Public Health Agency of Canada, and Agriculture Canada, et cetera. And you're absolutely right. They cannot buy direct from the States, or at least not without a lot of paperwork. So our supply arrangement really helps us with that. I believe actually our first Organomation unit went to the Canadian federal government, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I would expect a lot of the potential to be for municipalities, but then some of those research labs at universities where they might
Yeah,
even be in their own separate category rules wise in terms of the
absolutely.
McGills of the world.
Yeah, McGill's and Queen's and University of Toronto. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, actually, that's a. I can send you one of the podcast episodes that I did was with a researcher from Queens,
Oh, is that right?
and I'm hoping to speak with another one as well. And I believe I had met Jess at the American Society of Mass Spectrometry.
Oh, that's great. Queen's is my alma mater. So,
Oh, awesome.
yeah, I was actually just there last weekend visiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
for fun or to see
So
labs?
no, for fun, not for work.
Oh, okay,
My daughter was in a soccer tournament, but I always love it. Love an excuse to go back to Kingston. It's a great city.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Are there any initiatives or programs you're particularly proud of in terms of the work that the company's done to advance science?
Yeah. So partnering on large projects and involving multiple departments and product requirements has always been our strength. So, as an example, we partnered with Johnson and Johnson for a massive worldwide research project. It was a drug trial, and that drug required refrigeration. So, we sourced small cold storage units that were portable. As a result, we have the exclusive distributorship for all of North America for this product. And it was a multi-year project where we shipped these little units all over the world. And the drug trial was actually successful, so it was kind of an added bonus for us. Other projects like there's a certain vaccine here in Canada that there is being stored. It's not the COVID vaccine; it's a different vaccine. And anyone in Canada, if they get that vaccine, it's been stored in cold storage that's sold by Canadawide. We just any large project, because of our really customer centric focus and mandate to ask questions and understand applications, whenever there's large opportunities like this, we seem to do very well because we're flexible, we're willing to source additional products and really find customer centric solutions.
That's great to hear. Well, Molly, I really appreciate your time today and telling us all about Canada-wide Scientific and what separates you guys.
Yeah, thanks, David. It was great to meet you.